Hello lovely ones, welcome in. I'm going to be looking into a message for whoever is looking to transform their reality. So we're going to get into it. Let's see what's going on the airwaves. Queen of Swords. Okay. This is a ruthless cut-off energy here, where it's nothing personal, but you've got to clear up the things you focus on, the people you deal with. Okay, there's something that's got to go here. Could be anything, but this is realizing that the mind creates reality, and what you focus on, you pull more of into your personal movie of life, right? Five of Pentacles here. So this could be you know, not giving people what they want, you know, or having to stand alone here, but knowing that it's a really powerful place to begin. I'm hearing begin again. What's going on? Ten of Wands. This is you releasing any burdens, okay, and realizing you are free in your now moment when you choose and fully decide to be free in your now moment. High Priestess energy. So I'm getting that this is a lot to do with you sort of collecting energies non-physically, or knowing there's a bigger picture here. This is seeing behind the veil, getting up to your higher self, pulling your higher self into your consciousness and becoming a power player in the game. High Priestess energy, secret syrup here, you know. So this is about relying on yourself as an immortal being, and realizing that a lot of the things you feel burdened by are so easy to let go of. I feel like some things are just so easy to let go of once you dominate your own emotions, once you get the clear-mindedness of the Queen of Swords, seeing things how they truly are. The Queen of Swords doesn't cut people off to be mean. She cuts people off for her legacy, so that her mind and her world is clear of sabotage. You know, even if people aren't trying to sabotage you, sometimes people's energy just isn't compatible with yours. So this is about relying on your non-physical guidance more than, you know, outside relationships. People who maybe they're a bit codependent, you know, they want you to be there all the time or something like that. There's an independence with this High Priestess of really standing alone, knowing you get all your power from the Most High. So there's something like you aligning with your own secret syrup here and taking back your power with this Queen of Swords. I was about to say Queen of Wands here, because there may be some need for a lot of respect and passion, a lot of that fire being conjured up from within. Tower energy here. Knight of Wands. So yeah, there is a fiery energy here telling you to charge forward to what you want. Because I feel like some things, some connections might just be holding you back, you know, stopping you, preventing you going to the timeline you need to go to. And being that version of yourself that you always dreamed of being. So I feel like whatever you are letting go of, or whatever you're being encouraged to let go of, you're going to still be standing here. This tower is gelatin. It's solid. Wobbly, flexible, but solid, okay? This one is happy. And there's no crumbling here. I feel like to maintain your tower, your castle of sovereignty, there's this need for you to... I feel like people tug on your apron strings, you know, like I feel like maybe your kindness is seen as a free-for-all. Like, yeah, give me some kindness, and they will drain you, right? They will drain you. So Spirit is saying, don't take on burdens that aren't your own. Your life is yours. You are the player of your own game, and you really can conjure in anything you want via thought, via focus, and via that force of will. Knowing you are magical and special and divine is the key here. This is the key out of anything that feels like a burden. I keep hearing that word encumbered. So they're showing me, you know, on World War Z, the one with Brad Pitt, when the zombies are running up the building, clawing up the building. Yeah, yeah, I feel like you need to, you know, really dominate your own timeline here and really understand the Knights exist to show us that if we want to get everything we want in life, if we want to get to that Ten of Pentacles, if we want to be the Empress or the Emperor, we have to have the Juju. We have to be willing to be a warrior and defend ourselves and fight for what we want in any way needed. And I feel like there's something you need to dodge here. There's some energy that's, you know, encumbering you. And this Queen of Swords has got her crown on, right? She knows what to remove from her life. So Spirit is saying you don't get to be a king or queen by acting like a peasant, right? And that sounds mean, but I must speak directly for the divine, and that's how they're putting it here. So yeah, they don't want any codependence, or you feeling encumbered, or you feeling like you've got to do things for people because they expect it, or any of that kind of stuff. Seven of Pentacles. This life is about you building your dreams. This life is about you focusing on those things that give you happiness and pleasure, and growing a beautiful, bountiful garden in your inner world and in your outer world. This life is about you collecting the loot that you came in for, High Priestess. They're really giving me this avatar level player of the game energy. Like, if you could see how powerful your focus was, and that you get more of what you love and more of what you focus on, because focus is love, attention is currency, you'd start being much more careful with what you focus on, how you focus. So this is about cultivation. This is about using your mind and your passion to cultivate a garden of Eden for yourself, your own personal vision of heaven. And not just doing things, you know, because you're going with the flow too much, right? I'm hearing don't waste your life. You came here to be great. You came here to be powerful. The Devil, yeah. Something's habitual, something is too easy, something is so easy for you to just slip back into. And that's why there's so much loot and so much reward waiting when you manage to stop the pattern. Strength energy, okay? This is about you being your own protector, you being your own savior, you being the one that knows you're the one, that your mind creates reality, that you are powerful, that your focus is precious, that every minute of every day is precious focus time for you to create whatever it is that appeals to you the most. So strength is needed here to give up some sort of vice or some sort of connection. This could even be, you know, something that you do that gives you pleasure, dopamine release, that has to be let go of. Could even be coffee. It could be anything depending on the individual. Something that's so easy for you to do. In fact, everyone you know may do it. It could be drinking, right? Maybe everyone you know drinks, but it's not good for you. It has a bad effect on you. So this is about you being really strong. Getting out of this nightmarish energy. Something's, whether it's trying to defeat you or not, there is something that if you carry on doing it, it could defeat you, right? So this is about transforming into strength. Claiming your power in your now moment. Not giving in to emotional energies, right? Sometimes we've got to quit things or quit a person. It doesn't feel good. And if we followed our emotions, we'd stay in the same old karmic loop over and over again, possibly for multiple lifetimes, right? This is no joke. So what they're saying here is if you really want to create, you want to be a divine creator, you've got to acknowledge that there's this need to switch off your emotions and be the Queen of Swords. Be in that energy of I'm doing this for justice, I'm doing this for balance, I'm doing this because I can see the big picture, cause and effect. What can you cut off now that would give you greatest reward further down the line? So this is about vision with the High Priestess, having that vision of you, yourself being strong and powerful, knowing that it is your birthright to fight for what you want, to defend your territory, and to see through the eyes of justice, to take responsibility for the canvas you're painting, for the life you're creating. It's oh so easy for humans to feel like they had no control over where they were born, or that they didn't choose this life. Actually, the soul always chooses the life, always chooses the vessel, always chooses where they're born and who they will be born to. So they're telling me victimhood, don't be, Spirit's so funny, they're telling me don't be a peasant of victimhood, be real royalty, really understand you are infinite immortal and that you have infinite access to energies via your focus. There's something here about you focusing in new energies. Don't let anyone else tell you who you are. They don't know you as well as God does. So there's this secret syrup waiting for you when you truly, truly understand the immortal, powerful now moment. And how to pull in new energies and do it because, you know, there's something you want to do. There's something that needs to be balanced out here. I'm surprised we haven't seen justice on the table, to be honest with you. Yeah, we've got the Six of Swords here with the Five of Pentacles. So maybe you are, you know, worried about being alone or losing people, or this could be someone you don't want to abandon, something like that. But they're saying, you know, your guidance is telling you where you've got to go. So now all you've got to do is wrestle with the animal nature, wrestle with your emotions, learn to pull your head up over your emotions, and that is how you become a star player of the game. That's how you get all this abundance magnetizing its way into your reality. That's how you create it. The inner world spills outward, and then what we've created is all around us, inescapable until we choose to do something differently. But you do definitely have guides here, you know, trying to flow you down the river. You could have been swimming upstream, doing something that it feels easy, but it's made your life harder, to stay with someone or to stay in a situation. Bravery is needed here, perhaps. Perhaps you're worried about hurting someone's feelings, or, you know, disrupting the status quo. We've got the Four of Pentacles. Something's been holding you down from your greatness. High Priestess energy. Something's been... It's like being stuck in the mud with a pair of welly boots on, and your foot sinks into the mud and it's like sticky and it feels like you can never escape, but it doesn't take long. Even if we've got to pull our foot out of the boot and stand in the mud with our feet, right? And then lift the boot up, right? There's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. This could be quite tricksy for someone. It could feel like you've got to go here, do this, too many details, right? So Spirit's saying simplify it. Bring your consciousness up into the immortality realm. Bring your consciousness up into knowing you live forever. There is nothing to be fearful of, right? Three of Wands. Once you remove some burden, the energy is going to be so powerful, and you're going to wonder, wow, that emotion really was like a hypnotic spell. Wow. It really was an illusion. It really didn't mean that much anyway, right? I'm trying to give me a song. Really doesn't matter at all, yeah. Really doesn't. I think it's Simply Red. I think. So this is about you being relaxed, really, and seeing it all as petty, you know, petty little things. You can't let little details stop your big picture vision, right? Because these things are going to look like petty little details further on down the line. High Priestess on the High Priestess. Okay, Pillar of Severity, Pillar of Mercy, or Pillar of Severity, Pillar of Mercy. Knowing what to cut off, knowing when to not go with the flow. We don't build palaces, temples. We don't build a beautiful reality being, you know, like a little tadpole in the river. We are God's highest creation, so God wants you to truly embrace that you are his highest creation, and to start really zoning into that higher self, zoning into the non-physical. Four of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, something might need to be done where you do need to recuperate for a little while, but it's not going to crumble you. It's not going to topple you. It's not going to beat you. There just might be this requirement for you to, you know, hide out for a little while, recuperate, be in those relaxed, cozy energies, and then bang, new pathway, new level of energy release with this Three of Wands. A new, oh, this is like a potion of fire that you can release in any direction you want. Knight of Wands energy, fearlessness required here. More faith in God, God over fear, or even just your higher self, you know, faith in the universe. King of Pentacles. Whatever you let go of here, with fire in your belly and gumption and self-love and self-protection, it's going to bring you more stability. A much more beautiful dream to live in. Because there's an illusion you have to escape here, and it's going to take you to solid ground. Remember I was speaking about that mud? This is solid ground for you to build on, to really put roots down, to really build your own temple in physicality. But first of all, there's a door you need to go through. Accepting the immortal nature, accepting when things are, you know, a lot smaller than how we envisaged them. What's that thing on Harry Potter where that thing turns into what you fear the most, and you've got to go ridiculoso, and it turns into something ridiculously funny? For example, that giant spider, it ends up with the roller skates on. So there's something your mind is feeling like it's a huge, big, monumental deal, that it is actually, once you get away from it, once you get distance from it, you'll realize, wow, this is really how the universe works. We choose this. Your higher self chose this passageway to go through to achieve something you thus far haven't achieved in any of your lives. And it must be done. And then you get the loot. Then you achieve that badge of honor. Then you never have to do it again. You move on to new tests, new lessons, new gameplay levels. So this is about self-respect, having the respect to not just go with the flow and to build what you want to build. Yeah, strength, energy, knowing what to preserve, create, and destroy. Kalima, the lion. Lots of fire energy required here. And faith in the gods, faith in God, faith in the angels, and faith in your inner strength. Because when you do things you've never done before, you get access to energies you never had access to before. So there are new energies needed here. The fire leads to more. Wands come first. We need to have that self-respect and passion for getting what we want in life. And then the ones that are loyal stick around because they respect and understand you as another version of themselves. Those who only wanted to use you and use your precious earth time to benefit them, to enslave you on their timeline, they'll fall away. They will fall away. The disloyal ones always reveal themselves. So you need to be wondering who's loyal to you. Not about being loyal to others. That's for someone out there. 8 of Wands. You're going to move on much more quickly from whatever it is you're letting go of than you might formerly have thought, right? 2 of Wands. The freedom. Knowing the whole world is in your mind and in your hands, that you can create whatever you imagine. And that your inner world is craving. I feel like there's this thirst for fiery, passionate self-love. Putting your foot down, drawing a line in the sand, being like, no, this is my life. This is my life and I create as I will. I'm hearing do as thou wilt and I will do as I wilt, right? It's something about someone expecting something from you. Strength with the Page of Cups. Fool energy. This is probably about somebody or something that's easy to get hold of. Someone offering you something and they keep turning up on your text messages, or they keep ringing you, acting like you have to deal with them, okay? And it's so easy to go with the flow in those situations. But whatever this is, this could be a habit that keeps coming back around, that's so easy maybe to pick up the glass, or maybe to smoke a cigarette, who knows? But it's something Spirit wants you to be free from. They want you to get your energy from Ra, from the sun, from God, right? And to move forward on your immortal journey, not taking anything too seriously. You know, the Fool is an initiated being. Someone with huge amounts of knowledge that they carry around with them. Non-physical knowledge from past lives and other experiences. And the entire package of all the things the other members of his soul group have achieved. So it's not just your energy that's available to you. This is why we've got the High Priestess twice. There are other energies available, not just the energy you see yourself as holding, but more energies for you to use and utilize and to gain strength from. The Fool is the most enlightened being. Hence, he understands his immortal nature. Therefore, he doesn't perform in the 3D. He doesn't perform for people who are uninitiated. He is initiated. He knows the truth, which is why the ones who don't know the truth see him as rather foolish. Okay, so there's a dichotomy here. And having to not care what other people think of you, because it's your life. You can live it how you wanna, right? Okay. Let's pull some guiding stars and we'll see. The new moon will bring with it the key to unlock my inner goddess and potential, okay? So this doesn't have to be that you've got to wait for the new moon. Your inner goddess or God and your inner potential are available to you at all times. So Spirit wants you to unlock key energy. They want you to unlock your higher self. Get into the vault of your immortality. Get into your greatness here. Be great because you decide to be great. Make the absolute most of the life you chose, right? You had a mission. They're showing me something written on paper. So there's something you need to get hold of, something to do with your life's mission. They want you to line up with what you planned before you got here. Today I will cleanse my soul of negativity by the light of the moon. So yeah, you're definitely letting go of something negative, something or someone who hasn't been doing you any good. And then we've got, I trust in the magic of the new moon and all the joy and possibility it brings me. The best is yet to come, okay? We've got, I trust that the universe will align to bring peace and harmony into my life. So you've got to trust the universe. You've got to trust God more than you trust the people around you. I'm getting with this one for somebody. Trust that God will catch you in his great big golden net. Trust that every time you take that faithful leap off the cliff, there's a big trampoline waiting for you to bounce on it, right? Because the best is yet to come, and this security is needed. I feel like you need to know where you belong. You need to know who you are. And that's going to require you to make some fiery moves in order to get to the truth, to get to the solid stuff, the immutable, the unchangeables. There's something about who you are that cannot be changed and will not change, but you've got to line up to it. And other people around you have maybe been preventing you doing that. Some sort of habit could have been preventing you doing that. Exalted and the sun, right? So this is a reading for someone that is capable of living in their higher self, of getting to know your higher self, your immortal self. Ra energy on the table. Ra wants you to be exalted in your truth and to escape any low vibrational obligations, any low vibrational situations, or something you've been doing that is not good for your soul. God wants you in the loot lounge, exalted, shining, and knowing thyself, knowing who you truly are here. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours, empathic starseed. Wow, so you've been absorbing energy that's not even yours from people who aren't on your level. Wow, and they want you to go through this mirror into the temple of the soul. That word temple keeps coming up over and over again. So this is why it's going to be so easy to escape something. Because once you go through that doorway with Knight of Wands energy, like fearless energy, you are going to realize that the only reason you ever felt any anxiety about doing it in the first place was because you were absorbing low frequency from low consciousness. Wow. The 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. You're connected to so much more than yourself. You are supported by so much more than just yourself, always. And even in those times where you feel like you've got no human help or understanding available, that's when the divine steps in even harder. Thank you for the goosebumps, Spirit. That's when the divine really gets behind you, because you get away from all these energies that are holding you back from a high frequency. Cord, soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Yes, baby, it's time to go through that door of magic, of ethereal wisdom, of the infinity of this beautiful, beautiful galaxy that we live in. Oh, it's time to really expand your mind and be who you truly are, darling. This is beautiful, okay? It's all going to be way easier than you think. All right, get in that fiery strength energy. That's the message I'm getting here. Gorgeous. I hope this has helped somebody. Lots of love.